I think we're going to have an experience of Google Earth and Manor, Pennsylvania. Manor as you've never experienced it. It seems like Google Earth has come up with a new program, more or less. Now this is Manor over here, Westmoreland City over here. And what I'm trying to do is show you something that I just stumbled into by dumb luck today. What I'm going to do is go down on the ground. I take this little guy and grab him and go down on the ground and put him here. Hang on. Okay. If it looks a little bit strange to you, it also looks a bit strange to me. I do not know exactly what happened here, but obviously something happened. I use Google Earth to get down on the street views of things. And I was trying to do that with Manor. But apparently the Google Mobile has not been here yet. And they've, while I wasn't watching, they've made a program that constructs the views from above, from an airplane or a satellite or whatever they do, into on-the-ground views, where trees turn into things like that. And we're going up 993. Yeah. Okay, let's go up on the railroad tracks. That'd be cool. Well, maybe we have to go this far. This is the railroad tracks. Okay. Now we're going to go back into Manor if we don't get sliced by one of these. Yeah. Here we are. Now we go backwards. Try to go back into Manor. Yeah, this is a very strange experience. I'm sure if you live in Manor, this is even a stranger experience than it is for me. I'm used to using this system, the Google Earth system, where you can go down on the ground and look at things. And I've never had this happen before. It's very interesting. I think as time goes on, they're probably going to clean it up and make it work better. But as it is now, it's really strange and unusual. Being a person who's very interested in visual art, I can't help wanting to, preserve this in some form, and I'm making video out of it. That's about 3.5 minutes. Boing, where did we go? I don't have a clue where we are. Something just happened the wrong way. We're still in Manor somewhere. I'm trying to return from wherever I came from. Okay. I'm going to say that's enough for right now. And maybe we can, we are recording. Okay. That first little bit was, I'm sure, a bit on the surprising side. It certainly was to me. And I'm going to show you some other things that are also a bit on the surprising side. And some of them come from this book right here. It's a very useful bit of information if you're looking for something about Manor. A lot of visual information and written information. And one of the things that impressed me from it was a thing written by a lady named Sarah Morrow Welty. She was a lady who was born in 1864. And in 1872, when she was 8 years old, she moved to Manor with her family. Her dad moved there as a druggist. He became the town's first druggist, pharmacist. And she had one great memory. When she was 83 years old, in 1947, she wrote a piece that was in this book. And she recalled her early days and growing up days until the time she was actually a teacher in Manor. She taught herself, and then she taught others. But what I'm going to do is move on here just for a moment. This is Manor 4 years after she moved there. She moved there in 1872. This mapping is from 1876. Her dad started a drugstore in this building right here. And she started to school in this schoolhouse up here. And she writes about all these things and talks about them. Now what I'm going to do is put this on autopilot, as I like to say. And I'm going to tell some things about Sarah Morrow Welty. She remembered the town almost exactly as it was when she moved there. Hard to believe that a person would recall that stuff. She was writing this stuff in 1947 when she was 83 years old. But she remembered the school, the first school she went to, which burnt down. And then she remembered the second school she went to, which managed to somehow survive. It sat on pretty much the same location as the other brick school up in the upper part of Manor. She recalled that on windy days, the school was blown by wind so much that sometimes the teacher would send the kids home because the teacher was afraid that the school would fall down on the kids because it was such an unstable structure. She recalled that eventually telephone poles were put at the downhill corners of the school to keep it from shaking and rattling and almost falling down. And it seems that sort of solved the problem. She remembered the people in Manor. She remembered their names. She remembered where they lived. She remembered what they did. And she wrote all this stuff down. And she lived there until she was, well, probably around 21. After she had gotten out of school herself, when she was almost 18, she started teaching there at Manor. She taught at Manor for 3 years and then was offered a job in Greensburg and took that and moved in there. But the things she tells us about were the kind of things that we'd like to know. You know, who were the people? What did they do? What was it like growing up there? And she has this memory of all the different parts and pieces of the town what it was like when the mill would be running, and the mill race, which Race Street was named after, would be running, and the water would be running underneath the sidewalk boards, which covered Race Street. The kind of things she remembered were the kind of things that you'd like to know, the kind of things that people did, that most people don't think about. But somehow she had a memory to recall these things. And I'm going to have some more on Manor, and we'll talk about some of the things that she remembered and other things that are worth recording. And we'll say so long for now.